I am told you we will use the law to fix a broken TNT. We will lose the law to do what is right in the interest of all the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Do not threaten us. I will call no names, but those who sit in the ivory towers, start reading the law. And if you cannot, we have some good lawyers, we can lend them to you. So here we are. Central Bank Act says accounts, reports and statistics, section 51, bank's financial year. The financial year of the bank shall coincide with the financial year of the government. 52, accounts and audits, marginal note. The accounts of the bank shall be audited annually by auditors who shall be appointed by the board each year with the approval of whom? The minister. Notwithstanding 52.1, the minister may at any time require the Auditor General to examine and report the accounts of the bank, and the bank shall, not may, the bank shall, it is mandatory, the bank shall provide the Auditor General with all necessary and appropriate facilities for an examination. Minister of Finance is instructed and advised to utilize Section 52 to send in the Auditor General into the central bank. Don't hide the accounts. Do not hide the accounts. So don't come and tell me the Auditor General is not your auditor. Maybe yes, under Section, what was it? 52.1. And even then when you hired, even when you said the Auditor General is not your auditor, is it that you hired another auditor, but you can only have done so with the concurrence of whom? The Minister of Finance. Who was it then, Minister of Finance? Which firm did they take instead of utilizing the services of the constitutionally appointed office of the Auditor General? Let's find that out. Whom did you hire? And where are those audited accounts? Who were the auditors? And with this government, everything was friend, family, and financiers, you know. So may I find another recusal in the cabinet to find out who recused and why they recused and which firm was hired. So, Minister of Finance, you have your job. Here is it. 52. Send in the Auditor General. Let's find out where the money of the people of Trinidad and Tobago is hidden. Let's find out how it was spent. Let's find out how it was spent. As I close.
Now, the Prime Minister there, like I said, she pulled the law and she let the governor know, the one who said not in the ivory tower now, that you can't appoint an Auditor General without the approval of the Minister of Finance. Made it very clear. She read from the law, right? So she don't let you know what time it is. But all of that was winding down to her contribution when she started to go through the Auditor General's report on the public accounts, the rentals, and so on and so forth. Now, we don't have time to bring everything to you this morning, but that rental issue was a serious issue. There was gross overpayments in terms of what was paid and what the master list say supposed to be paid. And we're talking about tens of millions of dollars here. Anyway, but at the opening of that contribution, she did talk about the public accounts of Trinidad and Tobago. All right? And I want to go to that one immediately before we take the break. And then we'll take the break and we'll come back and go straight to the phone lines. We have Eden Nights at the top of the hour. So let's go.
The Honourable Minister of Finance, pursuant to Section 25(3) of the Exchequer and Audit Act, laid the report of the Auditor General on the public accounts of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago for fiscal 2024. I would like to address some of the issues arising out of this report, Mr. Speaker. Report of the Auditor General, Public Accounts, and Financial Year 2024. Mr. Speaker, I've been authorized by Cabinet to make this statement, and what I'm about to disclose today will trigger perhaps in some minds, some hearts, vexation, some disbelief, some outrage in right-thinking citizens. The member for Diego Martin Northeast's very public disagreement with the Auditor General caused widespread disgust in the national community. And in the midst of the ensuing legal drama involving no less than the Privy Council itself, we saw and we moved to ask, as did the Law Lord in the Privy Council, why it was that the Finance Minister then was not being investigated for his conduct. The conduct of this one individual, whose legendary arrogance underscored a decade-long ego trip as our country's finance minister, has left us with some reputational damage to our public finance management. As a result, Mr. Speaker, we have been unable to resolve the national accounts for 2 consecutive years, a very embarrassing state of affairs for any nation which prides itself on transparency, democracy, and the rule of law. But we on this side will fix that. We will fix it. We will fix what the PNM has broken. The situation should never have spiraled this way, and if there was more astute leadership from the finance minister, the issues would have been very expeditiously resolved. On behalf of the citizens, all the citizens of Trinidad, everybody of TNT, we demand a public apology from the former Minister of Finance. It is my hope that the PNM's devastating loss at the polls has made the then Minister, today the MP for Diego Martin Northeast, humbler and more penitent. This UNC administration, we hold the independence and functions of the Auditor General in the highest regard, as we do with all independent institutions. And we are absolutely committed to stabilizing and repairing government's working relationship with all independent, constitutionally appointed agencies to foster an environment of transparency, professionalism, and cooperation. I turn now to some of the facts laid out in, as I said, in this report of the Auditor General. The Minister of Finance, by extension the nation, for the 2nd consecutive year, the Auditor General has not expressed an audit opinion on the public accounts of our Republic. As with last year's report, the Auditor General did not express an opinion. Rather, instead, proffered a disclaimer of opinion. And this forms part of the report from which I quote, "I do not express an opinion on the public accounts of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago for financial year ended September 30, 2024. This is identical to what was contained in the report previous to that, the 2023 report. Because of the significance of the matters described in the basis for disclaimer of opinion section of the report, the Auditor General continues, I have not been able to obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence to provide a basis for an audit opinion on the public accounts of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago." What a shameful state of affairs. What a shameful state of affairs. Those words are found at page 9 of the report, on which I shared with you the 2024 audit report. What this means then is that the Auditor General could not verify, validate, or approve the accounts of the government for 2 consecutive years. In the basis for disclaimer opinion, the Auditor General gives several very troubling reasons why she was led to put in such a disclaimer. One such example was the Auditor General's inability to examine the electronic check clearance system and Go Anywhere platform managed by the Central Bank of Trinidad and Tobago. I want to quote from page 10 of this report, the Auditor General's report, and I quote, "The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Finance, gave authorization for the examination of the electronic check clearance system and the Go Anywhere platform managed by the Central Bank of Trinidad and Tobago related to government's transactions, and despite that, Auditor General could not be given access to these. Despite the scope of the examination being confined to government-issued checks, the central bank further restricted the scope, which frustrated the entire examination process. What did you have to hide? Why did you restrict the Auditor General from doing her job? What was the cover-up? We still don't know where the $2.3 billion from the previous year went. We still don't know. And this is not your money, this was taxpayers' money. People of Trinidad and Tobago. Approval by the central bank to conduct the examination was not given, hence the examination was not conducted. The restriction imposed by the central bank obstructed the ability to gain assurance on the reliability of data from the electronic check clearance system and the Go Anywhere platform since its implementation. Consequently, the completeness, the reliability, the integrity, the validity and accuracy of the public accounts of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago could not be ascertained. I say, what a shameless leader. Shameless. Other impediments cited by the Auditor General include prior period errors could not be verified, issues regarding the statement of loans or credits guaranteed by the state, questions related to the statement of public debt, omissions relating to the statement of off-balance sheet financing, inability of staff at the Auditor General's Department to gain the relevant access to the Ministry of Education, and supporting documents were not provided to verify payments. As a result, sample expenditure of $1.5 billion could not be verified. $1.5 billion of taxpayers' money could not be verified. I'm not saying this. This is contained in the report of the Auditor General. Mr. Speaker, this is just one aspect of the fiscal mayhem we inherited from the previous regime. And there is more, as a perusal of the report will reveal. I will turn, however, to some other matters of concern contained in this report. I turn to the whole issue of rent and lease, rentals and leases by government ministries and departments from.
All right. So that's the first part of it there with the public accounts, and she went into the rentals, and she showed some very interesting information there as it relates to rentals. I think it was somewhere almost $500 million in rent was paid by the past administration for fiscal year 2024. Yeah, that is 1 year's rent across the board. Some 200 and something rentals amounting to almost $500 million. Whew. Some of the things that were mentioned there by the Prime Minister in the Auditor General's report is that the Auditor General from the word go at the start of the report made it very clear that they were unable to resolve the accounts of Trinidad and Tobago for the past 2 years. The Auditor General also expressed no opinion on public accounts 2024, could not verify the accounting, the inability to examine the check clearing system and the Go Anywhere platform as approval was not granted, and issues regarding loans, public debt, etc. could not be verified. And lastly there, on top of the $2.5 billion that could not be found, we are now hearing about another $1.5 billion that could not be verified. You know, somebody asked me in the cemetery yesterday, I went to talk to Moleman, as I usually do on Father's Day, and one of the grave diggers walk up to me and say, well, he cleaned the grave for me, big up Ramirez. Ramirez, what's going on? So he come up to me, he says, Stefan, You see what's going on, you hearing them thing, but he said, somebody will get locked up, or I want somebody to get locked up, you know. And I'm telling you, John Jeremy made it very clear. As a matter of fact, you have that clip there? Before I go to the break? The one, white collar crime. Just run white collar crime for me before I go to the break. Now, this is an edited clip, eh? Somebody edited and they put in all the drama with the oohs and the ahs that is take place on social media. But it's not about the hype or the comedy in it. It's about what John Jeremy had to say, the Attorney General, on white collar crime. And I really want to share that with people, because in terms of, you talking about outside of that $2.3 billion, we're talking about $1.5 billion that the Auditor General is saying could not be verified as well. All of this is in the report. Kamala Prasad Bisesa, Prime Minister, is not just saying these things just one pulling information out the air. She's reading directly from the Auditor General's report. And the fact that the central bank, through whomever, whether it be the governor or whoever is directing them, tell the Auditor General that they stop the Auditor General from conducting the audit and go on and hire a new auditing firm. For what reason? God alone knows. And in the first clip, you heard the Prime Minister on the law, that you can't just do that without the approval of the Minister of Finance, and she has given the Auditor General the authorization to go into central bank and conduct their business in terms of verifying the public accounts of Trinidad and Tobago for the past 2 years. Yeah, give me the white collar crime.
Come look at this.
Our government, our new administration has taken a resolute and unwavering stance in its commitment to reduce the high levels of violent crime in this country. And just for the record, we are also looking very seriously at something that my learned friends on the other side might be interested in: the investigation and prosecution of white-collar crime. So watch yourself, all of you, and those of you in front of me, watch yourself very.
So watch yourself, all of you. Investigation and prosecution into white-collar crime, something that the average citizen in this country, I think, is looking forward to. It is, I think we have reached the last straw in terms of corruption and the public funds of Trinidad and Tobago being mismanaged, abused, and the progress of the country being stolen by a small group of individuals who are fueled by greed. You understand? So while everybody talking about all the bacchanal, which we will get to in the second hour, these are the serious issues that the country is facing right now. All right. We'll come back from the break with the phone calls, and that'll take us to Eden Heights, and then we'll get back into some of the parliament drama that took place. But just before we go to the break, give me Chef Shiraz there. So Chef Shiraz has two things that I want to tell you about. One is the Certificate in Culinary Arts program, which will start on Saturday, the 29th of July. All right, so that's the Certificate in Culinary Arts program starting on Saturday, 29th of July. But before that, before we get to that, he also has the Father's Day buffet menu. All right, now this will have a starter, entree and sides, and dessert. All right, and you have a nice. I'm telling you, the menu is a real good menu, top of the line. So don't worry, fathers. While Father's Day was yesterday, Chef Shiraz he's going to be back from Guyana today after the food festival, and he's still putting on the Father's Day buffet menu, and it will take place on the 29th of June from 12 noon to 2:30 p.m. And for bookings for this and to book yourself into the Certificate of Culinary Arts, all you have to do is call Chef Shiraz on 372-4639 or 737-5097. So you could call him or WhatsApp him. And also want to remind you about Flow. Yep. So at Flow, customers are the heart of everything they do. Flow is committed to keeping your rhythm flowing by being close when you need them and keeping you seamlessly connected. No hurdles, no hassles, just round-the-clock support from people who understand what you need with 24/7 WhatsApp assistance, an all-in-one self-service app that makes it easy to manage your account, and in-store support when you need a familiar face. And Flow is now more accessible to you than ever before. And they know that you depend on them for service that just works. So they're always improving their network and always working diligently to minimize interruptions. And if there's ever a problem, well, Flow will do what it takes to make it right. At Flow, they keep your rhythm flowing no matter what. And finally, just before we go to the break, give me Jameson. So I want to remind you to boost your immune system with Jameson immunity products to fight off the seasonal sniffles such as their cold fighter with echinacea, vitamin C chews with the honey lemon flavor, and for additional support, try their delicious vitamin D3 chews and ultra strength zinc. Chew, fight, and feel amazing with Jameson trusted vitamins and minerals. And with that, we take our first break. We'll be back after this with your phone calls.
I'm looking for a magic for this disaster of a war.
You need a master plan.
A what?
Kaleidoscope Weather Master Exterior Latex Emulsion. It stands up to our wicked sun and crazy rain. It shields against fading, protects against mildew, and is crack resistant. This paint so tough that it is tried and tested against British standards and formulated with European raw materials.
Kaleidoscope Weathermaster Exterior Latex Emulsion, the premium outdoor paint that protects and shields against fading. Available at hardware and Kaleidoscope color shops nationwide.
My parents' generation grew up with Royal Castle from the first restaurant in 1968 when that distinctive, tempting aroma hit the air. Like never before, fried chicken with a special blend of local seasonings and a one-of-a-kind flavor down to the bone. Today, Royal Castle still have that same delicious taste and I love it too. And the kids, they have more to enjoy. For me, the Castle is more than just nice food. It's we own, part of me and you, and is the real flavor of TNT.
We care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
We go Vincy Mars this year. I don't hear everybody talking about the vibes, the all-inclusive party, the juve, the street parade, and the competitions in pan, mass, and calypso. And don't talk about soca monarch. It's real bad. And to top it off, Vincy Mask is easy on the pocket, but it's classy and very safe. So all you let we go Vincy Mask this year is June 27th to July 8th, and we in that.
Book your tickets and accommodations early. For more information, email info@vincymask.vc or find them on IG at Vincy_Mask, on Facebook at Vincy Mask, or log on to www.vincymask.vc.
Let we go Vincy Mask 2025!
Most popular psychic and spiritual healer, Master Santosh Ji, are you worried about the problems in your life? Are you facing problems in your relationship? Do you have problems in your job or business? Are you facing health issues? Then the only solution. Master Santosh Ji. He is an expert in palm, face and horoscope reading. Know your future and change the way of your life. He is expert in solving problems related to love, relationship, job, health, finance, sexual, enemy, spiritual problem, many more. He removes all negativity and gives good luck. He is specialist in getting back loved ones and ex-love back. Get an effective solution for all your problems. Call Master Santosh Ji at +1 86838443844. Located in all over Trinidad and Tobago.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE, that is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
To strengthen your immune system, you need to nourish your body with foods rich in antioxidants. Exercise regularly and build your immunity with supportive nutrients. That's why the experts at Jameson created products for immune support made with pure ingredients. For 100 years, Jameson has helped take care of you and your family. At Jameson, your wellness will always be our goal. Jameson, here for your health.
Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal, is your newest choice for steel construction and fabrication, offering full services in engineering and architectural design, structural steel fabrication and erection, pipe details, storage tank details including fabrication of steel tanks and pipes, all set to API standards. They offer a wide range of services in residential, commercial, and industrial clients, and extend services to customers here in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean. So, give them a call at 490-2771 or 399-7590. Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal. Reinventing the standard of how we handle steel.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
All right, so we're back on Breaking Dawn. We got 15 minutes to take phone calls. Just before the break, we ran you some footage from the Parliament on Friday. Parliament is back with a bang. The Prime Minister read from an Auditor General's report on the public accounts of Trinidad and Tobago. And she did mention some very concerning things there. We also had another clip that was run before that where the Prime Minister made it very clear to those in the ivory tower, particularly pointing the finger at Central Bank as it relates to the Auditor General, that she has, instructed her Minister of Finance to go ahead and give the Auditor General permission to go into Central Bank to verify the public accounts of the country, and that process will not be stopped. And by law, even if there is a change in Auditor General, it has to be approved by the Minister of Finance. So everything must go through the Minister of Finance. And then, of course, John Jeremy made it very clear to those on the other side and the rest of the country that they're taking a very serious stance on crime, particularly white-collar crime. And he told them to be careful over there because they're going to investigate and prosecute white-collar criminals. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning. Go ahead.
So, boss.
Yeah. All right, that's now caller. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, because that posing more questions than answers.
No. Repeat what you said. We had to. I didn't know you didn't hear me. Go ahead. Repeat what you said.
Because it have more questions
than answers.
Because if that was the case, then it's better make shedding back on a month-to-month basis because was a feeding frenzy.
Well, when she went into the rentals, I don't know if you heard the part with the rentals, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. She went on, she gave all the figures. She gave what was paid and what the master list is saying should be paid. So I have a little point to make with that, but that'll be tomorrow morning. But thanks a lot. Yeah. I'll go in again. Remember, I have limited time. Well, I have 15 minutes to take. Well, 12 now. Morning.
Morning, Stefan.
Yeah, morning, my brother. What's up? Apologies there. I didn't hear when you said. I really, in the whole conversation, I might have missed it, but apologies. Go ahead.
My cousin told me about it. He introduced me to the program. So.
All right, cool, man.
Anyhow, I cool. The Attorney General, I always feel very encouraged when I hear Attorney Generals talk that way. And when Anand Ramlogan went into office, I was encouraged then. So every Attorney General come, I am encouraged to hear them talk about white-collar crime.
As if they're going back it up.
The problem for me is that when they do back it up and it fall in my garden and it fall on my collar side, I say it is a witch hunt. And when it's the next side, get them.
Right.
But if it fall on my collar, hey, that is a witch hunt, boy.
Right.
That to me is a problem because if the Attorney General, we call it had an Attorney General we called Annie Makaraman. And you know why? Because he didn't look to see which side it was on. He just see thing and say, hey, is that? I remember, I don't want to go too far back, but those are the issues. And when you see, I remember the former Patrick Manning, deceased now, when he decided that he's going to put everybody who rented in San Fernando, everybody who rented on the whole of Superior Street, if you know San Fernando, and he built this center, he said he's going to put something there, and he's going to put everybody out of renting into a place where there's no more renting. He said the money that we will save from that, we could build 3 hospitals in this country. And for some reason, we converted that into one hospital, and people still renting all over San Fernando, spending my taxpayer money. I pay over $100,000 in tax for the year. And that does bother me. That does bother me every time. The money that we're spending in renting, we could build 4 hospitals with that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But again, elections have consequences, and you have to go with whoever won the election on the day. Thanks.
All right. Yeah, man, no problem. Thanks a lot. Yeah, that rental issue. 2 things that the caller mentioned there. John Jeremy could say that, but he has to back it up. We had to see action. We had to see results. I think there is a thirst from the average citizen in the population, the hardworking people, the working class, to see these things happen. Morning. And that rental issue, as the caller said, yeah, I remember when Patrick Manning said that. Morning.
Morning, Mr. Stefan.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
I like a lot of stuff happened in Parliament Friday. Parliament started at 1:30 and finished Minister 2 in the morning.
Did the opposition leader speak?
I wanted to call it this morning to play the opposition leader response.
She did not speak.
Play it for me now. Play it for me now.
She didn't speak.
Find it for me and play it.
She didn't speak. No.
But she's in her 70s. She's a young lady.
I do not know why she had no contribution as the opposition leader. I can't say.
And the lady who sued, who was allegedly going to sue the opposition leader, who is now the Prime Minister, for $4 million. She didn't vote either too on any bill on the opposition bench.
She did not vote?
There wasn't a vote. The two ladies was missing from the opposition bench, according to the news articles.
Okay. All right, but I found it very interesting that at the opening of Parliament, the opposition leader did not speak. And Parliament started around 1:30 p.m. And I think the session ended around 1:20, 1:15 a.m.
Oh. Okay.
I just thought it very interesting that the opposition leader had nothing to say on everything that was brought to the
remember,
table.
the opposition leader is a young lady, so she might be tired.
I hear you. All right.
Have a good morning.
Yeah, man. Right. Cool, man. Yeah. That is fact, eh? I mean, I would have thought that, the opposition leader would have responded in kind to a few of the things, that was mentioned in the Parliament on Friday. But no response. We'll see when she responds. Morning.
Morning.
Yeah, morning. Go ahead.
Morning. While the investigation will be on to recover money or could find, we don't know where that road would lead us. In the meantime, we need to find money right now to run the country.
Right.
Other than dipping into the Heritage and Stabilization Fund, which is there for that purpose, and cutting out the wasteful spending, we need to find things that, without going to the IMF and introducing austerity measures. So we have to look at things now, while we're looking at the politics and we're looking at the things that is strong and nice, and we will more than welcome that, so the future politicians will not go into to spending the money in places that we can't find it, and the nation will benefit. We need to organize now to have the rest of the year financial arrangement for to run the country for the rest of the year, and also for the next budget to come.
Okay.
So we need to look a little deeper than just what was spent wastefully, and how we're going to do the things going into the future.
All right. Yeah, man. But I think that financial responsibility, we need to start seeing that from our leaders. We cannot go on the way that we're going on with this type of waste, and it's going to get Trinidad and Tobago nowhere. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, my dear. Go ahead.
Morning, Stefan. Why everybody so concerned because the opposition leader didn't speak? She didn't speak for 10 years. Okay, bye.
All right, no problem. Lord Father. And I think that, go ahead. Morning.
Morning.
Yeah, morning, man. Go ahead.
So, whereas I appreciate very much whenever, whoever it may be in government will identify the shortcomings of the other side, and take for example where our PM should have identified the powers of the Auditor General and the quotations and things in the law.
Yeah.
Where the Auditor General has the right to go in there and do the audits and kind of thing. And the central bank governor now, he's more or less, showing and showing his powerful fist to say, well, no, the Auditor General doesn't have that power, the case may be. I think right now all this start talking, sending the police there with whoever else to get whatever evidences and whatever documents and let's get this thing going.
I agree with you. I wish it was that easy.
Yeah, look at these people are trying to put things in order and set things and get rid of whatever evidence is.
Yeah.
Because it's clear to have things to hide. So send in the police and let's get this thing happening. Because for years, we the people, that last government brought us to our knees. We need answers. All this talk and talk and talk. We fed up at that.
Yeah.
We want to see people making jail.
You want action. Yeah. All right, man. Thanks a lot. No, I think, and that's what I said just now. People want action. People don't want talk again. So while I admire that John Jeremy as Attorney General could make that statement, he got to back that up with some sort of action. Morning.
Morning.
Yeah, morning. What's up?
Morning. Morning, Trinidad and Tobago. A late happy Father's Day to each and everyone, Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, my brother.
What I heard from the Attorney General is what I was going to talk about for next week and the following week. That is what my topic. I have nothing to say again. Everything is in the Attorney General hand right now. It's something, as you said just now, you can't go and run and charge a man just now. You have to have evidence, and I'm waiting for that, Stefan. I want to see that, and that's the only way to make Trinidad and Tobago reach where they want to be. You have to follow rules and regulation, and you have to make time. Now, a lot of people are going to jam him and say, well, look, he only talking, he ain't talking. Listen, you see this wrong, Stefan? You can no joke about it. Seriousness is seriousness. If there's nobody and make no jail, you can't fix Trinidad and Tobago. Have a nice day, Stefan.
All right, thanks a lot. And I think people on the whole, especially people who are older than me, people who have been around longer than me, people who have lived in Trinidad and Tobago as, from birth, I think a lot of people who are elderly now, they want to see some sort of progress because they have children and grandchildren that they're going to leave behind, and they want to know that Trinidad and Tobago is in a good place, where they're in the right direction. Morning. Hello, morning.
Hey, Stefan, good morning. How
Morning,
are you?
dear. Go ahead.
Well, I'm still reeling from that. I'm still reeling from everything that happened. You see, I believe that the PNM has to accept the fact that they are not relevant anymore. And they all need to walk out. I think Robinson Regis, you remember when she was calling the PM's name? Kamla Prasad Bisasa, repeatedly. Yeah? And Miss Dolly. But Penny was there for a purpose. She was texting her friends or her family or her children or whoever, whatever. There is nothing that they could say. But she was inciting to her. We have to probably arrest her for that. She was inciting Column and they to go after the PM to disrupt the proceedings. More times for them. Is there anybody in Trinidad and Tobago really who does not accept the fact that the PNM destroyed this country? No? Is there anyone still standing? Thanks, Stefan. You have a good day.
Thanks a lot. But, I just think that, we're in a position right now, we're at a time right now that we don't need spite and pettiness. We need maturity and responsible governance. Morning.
Morning, Stefan, Dago Central.
Yeah, Dago Central. Go ahead.
Well, in all my years, 52 years, and of them having the Parliament channel, I was very well tuned in. I got on a little late, tried to pick up some of the pieces with the replays and so forth. But I'll tell you one thing. If they feel, and when I say they, I mean the other side, that John Jeremy on kicks this wrongs, they're lying. That man have a serious undertone in his voice. If just by his posture alone, man on the next side who had the hand in the jar, grabbing by handfuls and pulling up the jersey, have to watch yourself. Because he looked, just by posture and stance alone, that he going to take down real men. And it is alleged that a week before the election had called, before the election had come, that the financiers on the opposite side realized that the side was going to lose, and they went across to the winning side, and they were told by the Prime Minister, keep your money, we don't want it. And if that is true, a serious men going to get pulled down with white colors. And this is what has to happen in this country. Because too long, the people's purse have been raided You understand?
Yeah.
By these politicians, especially the ones on the other side who always calling great, they're great, they're great. Yes, they're the greatest bandits of all. That's my contribution.
All right, man, no problem. All right, I'm going to stick a pin in it right there. We're going to come back after Eden Heights and resume. But listen, I think that the time has come where people want to see progress in the country. I think the time has come where people are tired of the, how could I say, of the public money, the taxpayers' dollars being raided. The wealth of this country in no uncertain way has been stolen. And it has enriched a select few. We must face that reality. Look around. Look around. Everything in your face, you know. Look around. Right? And like I was saying before the call, I don't want this to be a term of pettiness and spite. I want this to be a term of maturity and responsibility. I think that's what we need right now in terms of leadership. I'm hoping that's what we'll get. As it relates to John Jeremy and the statement that he made and what the caller just said. Remember John Jeremy? John Jeremy was at PNM and was doing whatever he was doing for the last 10 years and decided to come back, switch allegiance, and join, well, the now government, the then opposition, UNC. I do not think that a man of his age, who could have just sit down quiet and sail off into the sunset, comes back to take on the role of Attorney General if he ain't serious about locking up somebody. Right? And that extends to politicians, contractors, and it's important that we listen and understand what took place over the last 5 to 10 years. Because it is only then, by understanding what took place then, will we have an understanding of what position we are in now, and have an understanding as to what the government has to do to move forward, and if that makes sense or it don't make sense. So we must get the past in order to move forward to the future. It ain't about looking back to cast no blame. It's about informing the public about the affairs of the country from where the finances are from a financial standpoint. So we'll see where it goes. We'll see what else comes out in this, in the Parliament. But for now, we got to get to Eden Heights. And as we prepare to do so, I want to remind you that Eden Heights Clinic, right. Eden Heights Clinic, one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean, and they offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, including Ozone Therapy, live blood analysis, halo therapy, limb bagging, nutritional programs, colon hydrotherapy, weight loss programs, oxygen baths, and more. They also offer consultation services in live blood analysis, diabetes, child counseling, supplements, detox programs, arthritis, sport injuries, heart disease, high blood pressure, knee, shoulder, back pain, and more. And you can get in contact with them now and visit any one of their 3 locations in Trin City, Chaguanas, or Tobago. You can also give them a call on 640-8985 or 613-7571. You can also WhatsApp them on 493-9196. It is Eden Heights Clinic. You could email them at edenheightsdistributors@gmail.com and check them out today. And they're up next. And we're going to talk about digestive health. Stay tuned.
Here days, not on our watch. Shamir's herbal line grows it. Natural styles and roots it. Fitting here, we bring it back. Shamir, 100% natural. Love your hair.
Consult Vedic astrologer Tulasi Prasad, who offers profound insights into an individual's life path and astrology journey in Trinidad and Tobago. Master can guide you with astrology and horoscope readings, love spell casting, family disputes, marriage problems, health problems, job and business problems. Master also is experienced in effective black magic removal remedies, negative energy removal remedies, reuniting loved ones, and many more. To get Master's guidance, call us now.
At +1 868 398 7547, located in Trinidad and Tobago.
Conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
My parents' generation grew up with Royal Castle. From the first restaurant in 1968, when that distinctive, tempting aroma hit the air. Like never before, fried chicken with a special blend of local seasonings and a one-of-a-kind flavor down to the bone. Today, Royal Castle still have that same delicious taste, and I love it too. And the kids, they have more to enjoy. For me, the Castle is more than just nice food. It's we own, part of me and you, and is the real flavor of TNT.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Leisha high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Leisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Leisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
Beautiful color can be easy with Biogen Easy Color for women. Biogen has a gentle conditioning formula that leaves hair healthy and shiny. It's easy to apply. No stains, no drips. Biogen Easy Color for women.
All right, people, so we're back on Breaking Dawn this morning, and via Zoom we have Dr. Navarro and Dr. Thompson with us. We're going to go straight to them. We have 5 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock, and we're going to chat with them for the next 15 minutes on digestive health. So we got Dr. Thompson in first. We want to say good morning to him. Dr. Thompson, what's up, man?
Hi, morning. How are you doing?
Hi, good, man.
All right, good. Actually, we're gonna be talking about 2 topics today.
Okay.
Right? So you're gonna try to break it in maybe, yeah, right, yeah. You could do the maths. Everybody could do the maths.
All right.
All right. So of course, before we get into our topics, of course, what I would like to let persons know, we will be in Tobago at the end of this month into next month. So those who actually want to book their appointments, they can actually call it up now, 493-9196. If you don't want to call, you could always send us a WhatsApp message on that number, 493-9196, right? So that's for Tobago. Persons can actually book their appointments, all right? Now, on the topic of digestive health, where there are many persons that generally this affects. Those some persons who generally get bloated, gas, things like acid reflux. You're also talking about things like diarrhea, constipation. All that is actually in one day. And what I was actually over the past few weeks, I've actually seen a lot of persons coming in with severe constipation, right, forcing to go. Some of them haven't gone off within about a week. Sometimes they haven't had a bowel movement. The worst I've seen is where a guy told me that he haven't gone off for about a month timing. And you can basically imagine actually what is happening within when that is actually happening to that particular person. Most of the time, sometimes you can't even think straight when you're not having a proper bowel movement, right? So they tend to be confused. They tend to be tired all the time, frustrated. Of course, they will start getting like lower back pains. Some of them would actually develop like pains in the stomach area as well too. And then from constipation, what we realize that persons will actually lead on to acid reflux. And from acid reflux, this is something you actually have to pay close attention to. There are a lot of persons who actually develop asthma because of the results of acid reflux as well, because of the constant gases rising. It affects the nervous system, basically within the abdomen area. Once that is affected, then that same nervous system that is affected actually affects the lungs as well too, because everything works together. So that's the main thing I'm more or less trying to get at for persons. So if there are persons that actually suffer with acid reflux, with constipation, with diarrhea, of course, those are things that is easy for us to actually deal with at the clinic, right? So persons can actually just call, make their appointments, come in, see us. Especially this one called bloated. A lot of persons actually come in with bloated. Right? They tend to, most of the time, from the time they eat something, they hear grrr within the stomach. From the time you hear that, automatically there's gases that's building up as well. There are persons that you want to hear the noise again? There are persons, Stefan, that have 3 bowel movements per day. When they actually do like x-rays or when they do a CT scan, the doctors, they are still picking up that there's backup of feces in the colon. So imagine that you're going off 3 times per day, but you're still having backup of feces in the colon.
How many
that
times,
actually just says something to you.
But how much times a day is healthy?
Well, the most amount is 3 bowel movements per day, all right, because of course you're eating like 3 times per day, right? Of course, that depends on how much a person is generally eating. There are persons who eat very small amount. They would not have big bowel movement. They may not have 3 bowel movement. They might have 2 instead. And that person might be normal. But for persons who know that they're eating a lot of foods, especially foods that surrounding things like, as we talked about yesterday, bread, flour. From the time you're consuming a lot of flour excessively all the time, you are that person. If that stays in the colon and start backing up within the colon, you would end up in a stage where you develop bloating, gas, diarrhea, acid reflux. Of course, most diarrhea will come from persons that have basically like a bacterial buildup. So when a person comes into the clinic, the first test that we'll generally do is the live blood test. Now, the live blood test could pick up if there's digestive problems. All right, so you're talking about even when we're looking at like rouleau formation, that's also an indicator for digestive issues. And then we also look at to see if they're absorbing their proteins, their fats properly. You can get indicators of that within the live blood test. And if a person want to go a little deeper into it, some person may go and get like CT scans. They will also basically do things like ultrasound of the abdomen to see if the liver is functioning good. If it is that you have gallbladder stones, all of those things actually we deal with at the clinic, by the way. Things like stones and diarrhea, vomiting. From the time you see a person is vomiting, which means either they have developed kidney problems or they have severe basically digestive problems as well. So it starts from constipation, and from constipation it leads on to so many other complaints. So whatever you put into the body, all right, that has to basically break down, and from breaking down, the rest of the fiber need to come out of the system. So you have foods that does not digest properly. There are persons who don't cook foods properly, especially things like peas and beans. They don't know how to use the nuts and seeds properly. If you know how to use these type of foods properly, you'll be able to absorb all of the nutrients that's actually coming from it. So I just cut off there for now, and of course, Dr. Navarro could come in and share on the hyperbaric treatment.
Hyperbaric treatment?
Yeah, we call it 10-pass ozone therapy. It includes both oxygen and ozone.
Okay.
Very high gamma. It's a machine. If you know, a lot of people don't know about it. We are probably the only one on the island that has a 10-pass machine. And I'll give you some of the benefits, just some most common benefits. There are a lot more, but what it does, for instance, athletes, if you want to increase energy and stamina, this is one of the things you can do. How it works is you are connected to the machine. There's a bottle, and a line, IV line is put into your arm. It has a vacuum. The bottle has a vacuum, and the machine has a vacuum. Blood is pulled up on the line. Of course, we need to put them on for a week to kind of thin the blood. We don't want the blood too thick because then it doesn't run and it doesn't accumulate in the bottle properly. So we put them on things like garlic and ginger, turmeric for a week, and that makes the blood run freely. Right? We take about 200 milliliters of blood, all right? And then from there, the machine has the ability to force ozone and oxygen into the blood. It's mixed properly and then reintroduced into the arm. So increased energy, stamina, it reduces pathogens, all levels of pathogens. Of course, it improves the circulation, it enhances the immune function, which is super important. If you have wounds on your foot, like ulcers that could turn into gangrene, it heals those wounds very, very quickly. Or any injury, it heals the injuries fast as well. The other thing that is excellent, and of course, this is for cancer. If those people know, a cancer cell usually shuts down the mitochondria, which is the engine room per se of a cell. It enhances mitochondrial function. So what it will do, if a cancer cell shuts down the mitochondria and starts to multiply, because of course they multiply and then they come together and then they form a tumor on an area with lots of blood. It stops that ability of spreading, because it restores mitochondrial function, which is super important, right? It reduces pain and inflammation. Another thing that is excellent is it does cellular repair. Right. A lot of people have damaged cells from eating all kind of foods. Then the air is polluted, the water we drink, the foods that we're eating. It helps to repair cells in the body, right? It increases oxygen content to the max. And of course, it also helps the body to increase antioxidant production, which is super important. Now, these are just some of the diseases that it will work for. And of course, It helps with anti-inflammatory conditions, antimicrobial, immune booster properties, and these are some of the conditions that you can benefit. Lyme disease and co-infection, uh, long COVID, mold toxicity. That's a very next thing that is builds up in the lungs and could cause serious complications. Um, any autoimmune disease, it deals with that. It helps with cancer integrative care. It's a how should I say? It's an alternative that you can use with ozone and other treatments. Epstein-Barr virus, chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, any type of cardiovascular problem, herpes, arthritis, chronic pain. This and there are more. We don't have enough time, right? So this is a machine that we have here that a lot of people don't know the benefits from it, and it's not expensive. It's not an expensive treatment, right? Renal problems, where of course because it helps with circulation. The main thing with renal failure is poor circulation to the arterial vessels that feed the kidneys.
Okay.
So we use it cleans, and not only that, but it cleans up the blood as well, remove pathogens and all this thing. So it is a very, very good protocol that we have there. All right, and of course, it's something that people could use instead of all these tablets and pills they're taking.
Yeah.
The pass can help with many different issues and problems, and it's sitting down right in our office, and
How many machines like that does it have? Is it like only Edenites that carry that sort of treatment, or?
I believe so. I've never heard anybody else talk about 10 pass.
Okay, not any public hospitals, nothing at all.
No. These machines are available in Europe. I bought mine in Germany. It's a German machine, but it's widely used in Europe and in the United States. Doctors are using that in their office, their private office, and they are getting excellent results with this machine. Of course, we have a good diet, proper diet. As Dr. Thompson was saying, you need to correct the issues, and this only helps to detoxify the blood, purify the blood, because you're pumping pure oxygen, and of course we're using a very high gamma of ozone therapy. It's something like 72 gamma. When you're starting ozone therapy, you start with about 27 micrograms, and then you can increase. But outside of the blood, this gives us more opportunity to use higher gamma, which is about 72, right?
Right.
And that is forced in the blood, and that's where the oxygen, well, when you say hyperbaric, because it's a bottle, the bottle is used as the chamber, and then it's forced into the cells. Now, one of the benefits with that is that, with just say cancer, is that cancer's lack of oxygen at a cellular level, right? We know that. That has been discovered years ago by Dr. Otto Warburg. And he saw the effects of lack of oxygen. And of course, this machine forces oxygen into the mitochondria and shuts down the reproduction of cancer cells, right? So that's one of the benefits.
So this is an alternative to chemo then?
Absolutely. I mean, we use it's one of the what we call adjunct therapy. In other words, you can use that, and you can use ozone, you can use HP, which is hydrogen peroxide. You can use it with you can alternate the therapies, and that's what we normally do in the clinic. You can do 1 week, you can do HP, next week you can do hyperbaric, and you can alternate it, along with proper diet and proper supplementation, of course, and then it works wonders.
All right.
Because remember, every time you're cleaning up the blood, you're taking the blood out 200 mLs at a time, and you're forcing oxygen and ozone into it, which purifies the blood. When the blood comes out in the bottle, it actually looks dark, very dark. And from the time you start adding ozone and oxygen and you start mixing it, it starts to turn bright red, bright red. And that blood is then put back into the arm. And then when it's put back in, you now take more blood out so you can do up to 10 passes. So that means quite a bit of blood can be purified in one session.
In one session. All right.
One session.
All right. Well, hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're just about out of time. But, for more information, people can always give you guys a call and pay a visit to Eden Heights Clinic. And they are located in Trin City, Shogunas, and of course, there is Tobago that you could connect to as well. The numbers are on the screen. You can call 640-8985. That is 640-8985. That is Trin City. And in Shogunas, you could contact Dr. Navarro on 613-7571. That is 613-7571. And you could find out more about your digestive health, or if you're having issues with digestion, of course, you could call and find out about some of the things that you could do to relieve that. And you could also find out a little more on the hyperbaric treatment that is also available at Eden Heights Clinic. Any quick closing comment, fellas?
Yes, not to forget Tobago.
Yes.
Please give them the dates, Brian. The dates, Tobago.
And Tobago, you could WhatsApp 493-9196. So you could WhatsApp Tobago on 493-9196. All right?
All right. All right, well, have a good one.
All right, man.
Once they
Enjoy.
WhatsApp, we'll give the dates.
What's that?
Once they WhatsApp, we'll give the dates.
All right, good. Nice, man.
Yeah.
Well, all right, guys. Enjoy the rest of the short week.
All right, take care.
Well, let's not have a short week already. All on Friday. Ed? Let's take on a long weekend, But nevertheless, until next week, man.
Please, God.
Yeah, man. All right, so that is Eden Heights Clinic on the inside, and two things are spoken about there: digestive health and the hyperbaric treatment, which you could check out. Okay. So I want to urge you guys to check them out, and keep your health intact, man. And there are always different. Everybody, a lot of places have different approaches to different things. And, I was reading the article with Insha and Ishmael. Good morning to him, and I hope he's doing well. Although, judging by one of the videos that he put out, he ain't. But we know he's suffering with cancer. And, he was, in the article, he was talking about how much money has been spent already in treatments and so on and so forth. And I'm saying, and we spoke about this with Seth Weil about as well last week, if you're going to spend $300,000, $200,000 on a treatment and it's getting you absolutely nowhere, then why persist with it? If you're $200,000 to $300,000 in that level of expensive treatment that's getting you nowhere, why continue? If it's not making any sense. At that type of money that you're spending, you ought to see some level of improvement, shouldn't you? I mean, isn't it logical to think so, regardless of whatever the disease is? If somebody comes and tells me, listen, if you spend $200,000 to $300,000 or $500,000, you're going to see improvement, man. And I have a life-threatening disease. I will pelt out my $500,000. But if I pelt out my $500,000 and it didn't bring, and I'm not getting better, then doesn't it make sense to look elsewhere? Try something different. And we spoke about chemo last week with Seth as well, and I've seen the effects of chemo. Anybody who's had a cancer patient, somebody with cancer, you see the effects of it. It's like it has drained the life out of you. So I don't know. But everybody have their different beliefs, and this is why we have so many different health segments. Somebody was telling me that over the weekend. They said, Stefan, I like these little segments. Everybody has have a different approach. But in a different approach, there is one common denominator: sugar. For those of you who pay attention, regardless of if it's Eden Heights, Seth Weil Board, Dr. Watson, Pastor John, whomever, the one common denominator that they all tell you to stay away from is sugar. Sugar is the root of all problems, right? And it's a pity that it's so addictive, you know? Everybody have what they call a sweet tooth. Well, I mean, I don't even know if that is just if we actually have that, or that is just a term somebody come up with, you know. I don't know. But there are different approaches. Seth handles it from a nutritional standpoint. Ignites, they have their methods. Dr. Watson, she does palliative care. Pastor John has a product that he talks about every week. So, you know, the options are there. We have laid out different options for you on different days, and the choice is yours, right? So I don't believe in forcing people into one direction, all right? One direction is our boy band, yeah. Anyway, Flow, that's right. So at Flow, as we are prepared to go to the break and come back with your calls and your comments, at Flow, their customers are their priority. So Flow's raising the bar and going all out for their customers with a commitment to be your partner that's always within reach and to provide you with a network that keeps getting better. Because you, the customer, are at the heart of everything Flow does. Everything Flow does is to ensure that they keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what. So get in contact with Flow today. Also, we have Keolic. So we got the Keolic range of products, which is backed by science and has over 900 scientific research and clinical trials. It's made from the aged garlic extract, which is organically grown and aged without heat to convert the harsh and unstable organosulfur compounds in garlic into odorless, non-irritating, and bioavailable compounds. So you could try any of the products in the Keolic range and be amazed at the results. And they include the Keolic Cleanse and Digestion, the Keolic Blood Pressure Health, the Keolic Cholesterol Health, the Keolic Total Heart Health, and Keolic Circulation Health, all proven to be effective in sustaining healthy levels, and all includes the aged garlic extract formulation. Keo Green Powder Drink Mix is also available along with the Keodophilus probiotics. So the Keolic aged garlic extract introduces a powerful range of products that can provide the health benefits needed to live a strong life, supporting cardiovascular health, immune health, gut health, and so much more. So get the Keolic range of products at pharmacies and health stores across the country. And for more information, you can WhatsApp 728-0338. That is 728-0338. And finally, I want to remind you about Steel Force. So Steel Force Caribbean Limited, located at number 47, lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal. They are your newest choice for steel construction and fabrication, offering full services in engineering and architectural design, structural steel fabrication and erection, pipe details, storage tank details, including fabrication of steel tanks and pipes, all set at API standards, and they offer a wide range of services for residential, commercial, and industrial clients, and extend services to customers here in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean. So give them a call on 490-2771 or 399-7590. You could also visit them at their location. And Steel Force Caribbean Limited, reinventing the standards on how we handle steel. Yeah, man. And finally, J&P Pest Control. So J&P Pest Control Limited are experts in all types of pest control, ranging from termites to rodents and cockroaches, lawn pests, and much more. They are armed with the latest techniques in technology, including fumigation for drywood termites. J&P Pest Control's professionally trained staff are ready to tackle even the most difficult infestations. And for a free inspection and quotation, you could contact them today at number 61 to 65 Covine Road, Diego Martin. You can call them at their office on 227-0835, or you can WhatsApp them on 250-8397. You can email them at jppestcontrol@hotmail.com and let them shield your home or business from pesky pests. With that, we take a break. When we come back from the break, some of the highlights and the action from Parliament on Friday. Ooh, boy, Barry Padara didn't lie. It was steamy.
with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Beautiful color can be easy with Biogen Easy Color for women. Biogen has a gentle conditioning formula that leaves hair healthy and shiny. It's easy to apply, no stains, no drips. Biogen Easy Color for women.
Adventure lives here, where nature inspires every step.
Set sail and explore the wonders of our islands.
Feel the rhythm of our festivals.
Joyful, vibrant, and unforgettable.
Whether you seek adventure
or tranquility, St. Vincent and the Grenadines has it all.
Bad hair days? Not on our watch. Chemere's herbal line grows it. Natural styles and roots it. Thinning hair, we bring it back. Chemere, 100% natural. Love your hair.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Greetings to you all in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior, the sweet Rose of Sharon and the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus. I am Ezekiel Johnson Fort, and I am pleasured to inform you of the newest branch of the Christian Union Church, Trinidad and Grenada District, San Juan Revival Ministries. If you are desiring prayer, healing, or that closer connection to the Heavenly Father, then the place to be is at San Juan Revival Ministries. And allow me to ask you one question. Are you living a life without Jesus Christ? Do you desire freedom from spiritual bondage? Then the only solution to your problem is Him. In the book of Matthew chapter 11 and verses 28, it says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And this is mostly speaking to those of you who are Christians and you might not have a place to fellowship. Come. Fellowship with us at the Christian Union Church, San Juan Revival Ministries. Come, be edified and equipped by the Word of God, preached by the man of God, Senior Reverend Bishop Dave Donation. You will be empowered by the move of the Holy Spirit of the living God. Come and be comforted. If you desire to be an environment that shows compassion and care for your spiritual needs, growth, and development, then fellowship with us at number 1 Bagatelle Corner, Saddle Road, every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. I look forward to seeing you there, and God bless you all, and may the peace of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, be with you now and always. God bless you all.
Introducing Open Minds primary school lessons 100% online. Get quality education from the comfort of your home. Affordable, expert-led online tuition to help your child succeed. Register today. Call or WhatsApp 388-6635 or visit www.openminds.education.
Most popular psychic and spiritual healer, Master Santosh Ji, are you worried about the problems in your life? Are you facing problems in your relationship? Do you have problems in your job or business? Are you facing health issues? Then the only solution. Master Santosh Ji. He is an expert in palm, face, and horoscope reading. Know your future and change the way of your life. He is expert in solving problems related to love, relationship, job, health, finance, sexual, enemy, spiritual problem, many more. He removes all negativity and gives good luck. He is specialist in getting back loved ones and ex-love back. Get an effective solution for all your problems. Call Master Santosh G at +1 86838438844. Located in all over Trinidad and Tobago.
I'm looking for a magic for this disaster of a war.
You need a master plan.
A what?
Kaleidoscope Weather Master Exterior Latex Emulsion. It stands up to our wicked sun and crazy rain. It shields against fading, protects against mildew, and is crack resistant. This paint so tough that it is tried and tested against British standards and formulated with European raw material.
Kaleidoscope Weathermaster Exterior Latex Emulsion, the premium outdoor paint that protects and shields against fading. Available at hardware and Kaleidoscope color shops nationwide.
All right, people, so welcome back to Breaking Dawn. We're 23 minutes away from the hour of 8 o'clock now. Before we get to the phone lines, we open the lines and take some calls. There was a lot of action in Parliament on Friday. So we're going to run you some of the action as we look back at Friday. But Clyde Elder was the star, as far as I saw, from all the videos. Very animated, and he wasn't backing down at all. Give me the all the Parliament bacchanal now. Let's go. Enjoy, people.
Very early, Mr.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
This is an abuse. Can I hear you on what point of order?
Yes, sir. Same point of order. I realize the member has a prepared speech, but her prepared speech is not relevant.
As I've said before, and I've ruled consistently, let us move on, please. Time constraints.
Those on the other side, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I understand their whole aim is to frustrate us on this time.
Yes.
I will not get frustrated. I will not. Whether you jump up 10 times, 15 times, or 30 times, I will not become frustrated because the whole country became frustrated with you and ran you out of office. Ran you out of office.
Where was the hotline for me when they promoted TSTT? Where was the hotline for GHRSL workers? Where was the hotline for Caroni Green workers? Where was the hotline for Petrosian workers? Where was the hotline for Chulma workers? Where was the hotline for Rohini? Yes, yes. And they have the gall, Mr. Speaker. They have the gall to post it as if they care. But they only care because they see, Mr. Speaker, when I was small, if it's one thing to get me in shape, it's a good looking, you know. They only care because they get a good looking, you know, Mr. Speaker. That's the only reason why they care. They did not care before. They were arrogant, dismissive, contemptuous, vindictive, hateful, spiteful against us. And that has not changed. Mr. Speaker, I hold no brief for the former member for Diego Martin West. None. But all of a sudden, it seems as if it's only him alone was culpable and all of them hands clean. No. But you see, Mr. Speaker, with the TTRA and with every firing of every worker in this country, every one of them on that side is culpable for what happened to us. Every one, not one shall escape unscathed. All.
And no colleague opposite can separate themselves from what occurred between 2015 to 2025. The member for Aruka Lopino cannot separate himself. The member for Rima certainly cannot separate herself. because I want to remind Trinidad and Tobago that the member for Rima was part of that administration. And while she may be new, the honorable member that is, to the position of leader of the opposition, I too cannot recall one instance that when the member sat on this side of the house, that the member said, but this is for children, this is for our nation's children. Instead, the member for Rima, now the leader of the opposition, chose to toe the line of the member for Diego Martin West because it was politically expedient for the member to do so.
And while we would have protested, Mr. Speaker, we sang a song. And that song was when those who labor hold the reins of power. I would like to be in that number. And Mr. Speaker, today I am in that number. And Mr. Speaker, unless the population is fooled and believes otherwise, the member for Port of Spain, North St. Anne's West, is no comrade of mine. He called me comrade earlier on. Earlier on he called me comrade. But you see, Mr. Speaker, a comrade does not do what they did to the labor movement for the last 10 years. That can never be a comrade, Mr. Speaker. So he's no comrade of mine. Mohammed rejected claims from Imbert's legal team that Ramki Soon's case was academic, as she could not be reconsidered.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
For the position because she reacted.
Standing Order 49. The member obviously does not know is new. That matter is under appeal. It is therefore sub judice. It is sub judice, Mr. Speaker. It's under appeal. And I stand by what I say. It's under appeal.
Continue.
I want to advise the member for Diego Martin Northeast to not obfuscate my novelty in this parliament for my ability to properly deliver licking on it.
This is a trade unionist.
Not a day passes, even though the member for San Juan Barataria and his interlopers have tried to infiltrate Port of Spain South. It will not happen.
Come on. Member.
Mr. Speaker.
Member, you're being called upon to apologize.
Called upon to apologize for his attempt
Well, I
at
can repeat
interloping.
it to you. The mild pejorative that you used towards the member for Barataria. Yes. Can you please apologize and withdraw that description?
Mr. Speaker, I withdraw the description of the honourable member for Barataria San Juan as an interloper. And I withdraw it.
Mr. Speaker,
I withdraw it on
Mr. Speaker, 48.
To add to this debate, so he's engaging in irrelevant.
I will use more parliamentary language. And I will ask him kindly to stay out of Port of Spain South business. Now, Mr.
Part of it for the
I sincerely apologize for calling you an interloper.
To the Minister of Public Utility. In light of reports of a number of WASA's surface water treatment plants in North Trinidad and in Tobago being affected due to adverse weather conditions, can the Minister advise what relief efforts are being put in place for the citizens whose water supply has been disrupted as a result?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank my colleague, the member for Ruka Lopino, for the question. But, Mr. Speaker, it is almost disgraceful, if not shameless, for the former Minister of Public Utilities to file this question, knowing that they did nothing to fix the problem in the last 10 years. Having said that, Mr. Speaker, I want to tell the honourable member what the member for Siparia under her leadership, because they told us, leave Siparia right here.
Madam Speaker, as I support her, leave her right there. Don't move her.
And we are leaving Siparia right here.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I have to forgive my friend from Hoover South because...
Question, member.
The honourable member obviously does not...
Member, you know much better than that. Your question cannot be framed in the form of a narrative. Ask a question.
Speaker, community centres, health centres and schools are being affected at this point in time, and asking the member...
Member, the standing order is clear, explicit, plain and pellucid. You must know, surely, that you cannot frame a supplementary question in the form of a narrative, in the form of an argument. Ask a short, crisp and concise question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for your guidance. Mr. Speaker, I'm asking the member, what is being done at this point in time to ensure that we have continuity in public service institutions like schools and hospitals in these affected communities? He has not indicated and clarified whether or not these institutions are provided with a supply of water.
Can I just say that there is no reference to schools, hospitals and community centres in the primary question. The rules are clear. When you ask a primary question and you are allowed to ask a supplementary question, the supplementary question must relate to the primary question.
I tell you, Mr. Speaker, when the UNC is in government, the crime always goes down. When the PNM is in government, the crime always goes up. Remember
Point
that.
of order, Mr. Speaker.
And so our duty is to bring crime down. And that is why we are before. This can't go on for the whole evening. You had your turn for 10 years and you failed.
Come on, let's give on for this.
I can't speak above the noise, Mr. Speaker.
I fully understand. Can
Okay.
you go on now?
Yes. I did not use the word relevance in my point of order. I used the precise wording of the standing order, which is...
Can we allow the member to speak and make his point, please?
Which is 48.1. The member must confine his or her observations to the subject under discussion. The subject under discussion is the notification.
That this government cares about labor more than any other government in this country. Gone are the days, Mr. Speaker, when workers and trade unions in this country will be treated with disdain, with contempt, with disrespect by an evil, wicked, arrogant, vindictive PNM administration. Gone are those days, Mr. Speaker. And again, in the labor movement, we sing, help will come when help is needed. Comrades, help is here.
I like it, you know, Parliament channel ratings going up, you know, partner. Excitement is back in the Parliament, boy. Bacchanal is back. It's hot, it's heated, it's steamy. There is one thing, though, that was cleared up. When Imbert got up and he said that the matter was sub judice, in terms of a matter, an issue raised by Clyde Elder, that was corrected by Dave Tanku. Give me the Dave Tanku quick. Dave Tanku, yeah.
The position because she reacted.
Standing Order 49, the member obviously does not know is new. That matter is under appeal. It is therefore sub judice. It is sub judice, Mr. Speaker. It's under appeal. And I stand by what I say. It's under appeal.
Mr. Speaker, we had a very unfortunate situation during this debate, and I think it must be recorded for Hansard. We had an opposition member stand up and insist that on a standing order, insist that the matter was sub judice. Insisted that we could not, that another member speaking could not continue in the vein that he was speaking because the matter was still an appeal.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
For the position because she reacted.
Standing Order 49, the member obviously does not know is new. That matter is under appeal. It is therefore sub judice. It is sub judice, Mr. Speaker. It's under appeal. And I stand by what I say. It's under appeal.
Mr. Speaker, we had a very unfortunate situation during this debate, and I think it must be recorded for Hansard. We had an opposition member stand up and insist that on a standing order, insist that the matter was sub judice. Insisted that we could not, that another member speaking could not continue in the vein that he was speaking because the matter was still, an appeal was still before the court. Insisted that it was still before the court. Mr. Speaker, I have a copy, thanks to my learned friend. I have a copy. My learned friend, I only have friends on this side. Those are not my learned friends. They are neither learned nor friends. The member for Tabakit, who is a lawyer, I don't know what you are, who is a lawyer of great repute, has shared with me a document. Civil Appeal Number CAP268-2022 between the Minister of Finance and one Rohani Ramkisoon. Order dated the 24th day of February 2025 before the Honorable Mr. Justice P. Musai, J.A. Upon reading the notice, if I may say, I'm reading directly, I'm quoting the order directly. Upon reading the notice of application issued on behalf of the respondent and filed on the 20th of November 2024, an affidavit in the support of Christy Mohan sworn and filed on the 20th of November 2024, together with exhibits attached thereto. And upon hearing attorney of law for the appellant and the attorney of law for the respondent, it is hereby ordered that the appellant/defendant's notice of appeal filed hearing on November 16, 2022 is struck out. But it gets worse. The appellant to pay the respondent the costs of and associated with this application in the agreed sum of $10,000.
That's it from your gratuity.
The appellant is the Minister of Finance, not this Minister of Finance, not this Minister of Finance, it's a member for Dago Martin Northeast. And the issue there was the then minister, the member for Dago Martin Northeast, must have or should have known that the appeal had been thrown out. And yet he came here to misrepresent, to mislead the Parliament and the population by extension. I think, sir, that should be followed by an apology. Well, we will treat with that accordingly. That deliberate He should have known and ought to have known. He is in position to have known.
Since February.
Correct, since February. That is an unfortunate stain if it is not treated with by this Parliament. I am advised, and I take true advice that we will, and take caution, sir, we will be filing a privileged motion against that kind of action, because we must not allow that mischief to continue.
So Imbert stand up and said the matter under appeal, and it's sub judice, not knowing that the matter was thrown out in February. Well, either he was busy campaigning or the kind of licks that they get on the 28th, I don't know, make him forget. I don't know, he might have forget. That was an embarrassing moment, to say the least. But like I said, the action is back. Parliament is in full swing. And boy, it's hot. We'll take our final break and come back with the birthday. Stay tuned.
Good morning. Welcome to Breaking Dawn.
Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal, is your newest choice for steel construction and fabrication, offering full services in engineering and architectural design, structural steel fabrication and erection, pipe details, storage tank details, including fabrication of steel tanks and pipes, all set to API standards. They offer a wide range of services in residential, commercial, and industrial clients, and extend services to customers here in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean. So, give them a call at 490-2771 or 399-7590. Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal, reinventing the standard of how we handle steel.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Leisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Leisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Leisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
Adventure lives here, where nature inspires every step.
Set sail and explore the wonders of our islands.
Feel the rhythm of our festivals.
Joyful, vibrant, and unforgettable.
Whether you seek adventure
or tranquility, St. Vincent and the Grenadines has it all.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Ready to unlock your potential?
Welcome to Open Minds Education from preschool to high school. We bring expert tutoring right to your home 100%, with a stunning 450% growth in enrollment. We're transforming education with real results. At Open Minds, it's more than grades, we're building future leaders with academic and life skills. Don't wait. Call or WhatsApp 388-6635 or register now at www.openminds.education.eu.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
All right, people. So we're back. We got some birthdays to get to. We're going to get to those right now. Just before we do, Palm Star promotion. Sorry. Almost forget that one. Well, not forget, but yeah. All right. So we want to remind parents and teachers to listen up. Palm Star Promotions is back with the 4th annual Spelling and Vocabulary Challenge. And your child could be the next spelling star. It's happening July 12th at Lowlands Mall. It's open to standards 3, 4, and 5, ages 9 to 12 plus, including homeschool students. Now, the top prize is a desktop computer for the school with the most student entries and points, plus loads more up for grabs. Tablets, medals, and exciting surprises. Shopping at Charon's in Tunapuna, Trin City, San Juan, or Diego Martin will get you a 5% off any Kotese Kotela dictionary. So register now, visit Palm Star Promotions, or call Auntie Esther at 471-2604. And remember, no uniforms, dress elegantly casual. It's time to listen, learn, and shine only with Palm Star Promotions. And with that, we got some birthday greetings. So, the Ramdu and Wilson and extended families and friends all come together to lovingly wish Audrey, where you get that sugar, a wonderful 90th birthday. The love and care you gave us over the years are etched into our hearts. May God continue to keep you for at least 100 years. All right, so Audrey, happy birthday, wishing you many more. And can you please give graduation greetings to Zariah, coming down from Steve, Zara, Avik, and Trisha. All right, so graduation greetings to Zariah. Nice, man. Congratulations to you. We also have a Father's Day greeting. Happy Father's Day. Going out to VJ Sinanan. This is coming from his sons, Ruben and Stefan. All right, so VJ, happy Father's Day to you. Hope you enjoyed it yesterday, man. And finally, we got a belated birthday greeting. Happy belated birthday going out to Stacy Chantel McLeod. And it brings happiness. It brings me happiness. Colonel Roberts, her boyfriend, provided the quote directly to us. I hope for your continued anticipation of receiving many blessings from God on the birth of my baby, Stacy Chantel McLeod, which will include health, strength, love, and a significant amount of money. We extend our best wishes to you, the team of your family and friends, sending birthday wishes to Stacy. All right, so Stacy, happy birthday to you. Belatedly. This was sent in on the 11th of June. All right, and we just saw it there. It got lost in all the emails that we get. So happy belated birthday. All right, and that's coming on from Treldon Lane. Right, yeah, good. All right, so with that, we wrap up for today, people. Remember, immediately following the repeat of this program, you got the San Juan Revival Ministries Christian Union Church. They're going to have a good word for you. We are at a short week, 2 more days to go in this week. My birthday is on Wednesday. Chef will be coming in, and he'll be fresh off his trip from Guyana. I don't know how we fit in everything with the police and Pastor John and Chef, but we'll see what happens. Tomorrow, we have a group coming in from the TTPS, and they will be here for an interview. There's an upcoming election for the PSWWA or PSSWWA, the Police Service Union, you know what I mean? Right, so they have the elections coming up, and one of the groups will be coming in tomorrow. All right, so they'll join us at 7, but before that, we got a lot of action to talk about. Until then, have a great day. Sunshine!
Good morning. Welcome